What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to go ahead and hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to join the Rich Gang family. And let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on this video. Now, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I am bringing y'all the never before seen Catfish Rebounder build made out of the playmaking and shooting pie chart at the power forward position. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is probably the most rare Catfish build that I have found myself as well as made. And when it comes down to today's video, man, thank y'all to those of you who decided to come through and go ahead and let me know in the comment section, where are you tuning in from today? I am coming out of California, Cali, y'all. So go ahead and shoot out, where are you tuning in from, whether it's a different country, state, or city. Just know that I got y'all with a response. So as y'all can see, when it comes to the breakdown of the actual physical profile, you can go between the very first one or the fourth one for a higher vertical. Now, both of these are going to be solid, but I'm telling you, either one is going to be the perfect one to work with this build. Now, as we go ahead and get into the breakdown for the attributes, just be sure that y'all follow along, because I'm telling you, I know that for a fact we're going to be able to make this build in different ways, but I'm telling y'all again, when it comes to the breakdown of what I'm showing y'all today, this is the very best version of this build to go ahead and about making it. So let's get started with the finishing. I'm going to go with an 83 close shot, 68 driving layup, 63 driving dunk, with a 55 standing dunk. And we're going to be brought up to a total of 3 finishing badges. Now, when it comes down to the shooting, I'm going to go with a mid-range shot of 76. Go ahead and match up the three-pointer, same exact. Then, when it comes down to the free throw, I'm going to go with an 86, and we're going to be brought up to a total of 16 shooting badges. Now, remember, if you want to go ahead and make any adjustments to this build, you definitely can go ahead and do that. But I'm telling y'all, you might get a different build name. So I'm telling y'all, as we go along, just make sure once we get the actual rebounder name, go back afterwards if you want to make the own adjustments that you want to. Then everything is going to be set up to go from there. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. I'm going to go with a pass accuracy of 61. As for the ball handle, I'm going to hit y'all with a 65. Then for the post control, bring this all the way up to a 78. And we're going to match that up perfectly with another 16 playmaking badges. Now, once we go ahead and get into the defensive area, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know right now, you have to be very specific with the attributes in this area of the build. We're going to be able to maintain a total of 8 defensive badges, but since we are in Season 8, that means we have the potential to add on 8 extra badges towards this build. So once you go ahead and consider it, you might be able to get 3 finishing badges, 16 shooting, 16 playmaking, with another 16 defensive. Now I'm telling y'all, if you go ahead and even add on the extra badges that you have unlocked, you can go ahead and put it into the shooting or even the finishing. Playmaking is looking pretty solid as it comes, but even when we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the height, weight, and wingspan, this is where the build is really going to change. Now for the body shape, if you want to take up the most space for defensive purposes, go with built or burly. Now, for the height, I'm going to go ahead and drop this build to 6'8". We get our speed brought up to a 75, acceleration to a 73, and our vertical is brought up a little bit as well. Now, once it comes down to the weight, we're going to get an even bigger boost put towards our speed and acceleration, being brought up to a 79, 77 for the acceleration. Now you want to go with the 188 for the weight. That's going to be perfect. And then once we go ahead and get into the wingspan, this is where we're going to be able to actually unlock park dunks on this build if you do decide to grind this build out to 99. Now, right there, as you can see, we get a 67 driving dunk, which means once we go ahead and get into the 99 overall range, park dunks will be able to be equipped. And as you can see, we do maintain the 79 speed. We're going to get a +8 put towards our vertical as well, plus the acceleration and the speed. So I'm telling y'all, the numbers on this build would be an 87 speed, 85 for the acceleration, and really consider the +4 that we get from grinding these builds out to 99, running with teammates that have floor general and defensive leader, but both on Hall of Fame, which is another +4. Then once you add in bind boost for yourself, that's going to make this build a +12. Now with the takeovers, the sharpshooting, slashing, shot creating, and the glass cleaning, I would go with the shot creating to possibly break ankles and get that shooting boost, or go with the slashing for the contact dunks. Now, both of these are going to be solid, but as long as you pick based off of your own playstyle, I promise you that's going to be the perfect way to go about making this build. And we're going to get a +10 for this one, put towards our slashing. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the playmaking catfish rebounder build that's able to break ankles and get contact dunks. Now, we're going to go ahead and really see what the potential of this build is going to be, with all the boosts taken into consideration, as well as hitting 99 overall on this build with the gym rat badge. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. Now, something to keep in mind is, remember, we are getting a +12 when it comes down to all the boosts taken into account, then a +8 put towards our main physicals. But if you are running solo, you'll be able to get the maximum of a +8. Running with teammates will be a +12. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the main attributes. The close shot will be in the high 90s with all the boosts taken into consideration. Mid-range shot, this is going to be in the high 80s. Three-pointer, same exact thing. Then we'll be able to get a 99 free throw. As for the defensive end, we'll be able to bring up that lateral quickness into the 80s. Same thing when it comes down to the block as well as the defensive rebound. Then when it comes down to the ball handle, we'll be able to speed boost on this build, as well as get the potential to bring up our post moves as well as the pass accuracy. Now when it comes down to the badges, there are a few different ways that I would go about it. First, to start out with the finishing, I would possibly go with silver or gold posterizer, then spread the wealth to bronze fearless finisher. Now remember, we do have the potential to get a +8 badges put towards the defensive area. So there are actually a few setups that I would go with as well for the defensive end. I'm going to go with gold intimidator as well as gold rim protector, then silver clamps. Now I would really consider dropping down to 3 silver badges and going with a 4th being chase down artist, or you can spread the wealth to rebound chaser, or even put both of these badges on bronze when it comes down to chase down as well as rebound chaser. Now let's go ahead and take it into what we're going to be able to do with the shooting. I'm telling y'all, the shooting is definitely the key thing about this build that makes it a catfish. So I'm going to go with Hall of Fame, Hot Zone Hunter, as well as Sniper to start out. From here is where I would normally tend to spread the wealth. So based off of my own preference as well as my liking, I'm going to go with Green Machine on bronze as well as Volume Shooter. Then for the next couple of badges, I would consider Corner Specialist as well as maybe even Catch and Shoot, but definitely go with Silver Deadeye. Now for the final Hall of Fame badge, this should really be based off what you want to try out. I would consider Lucky Number 7, Limitless Spot Up, or even Blinders on Hall of Fame. Now, we have one more area of this build that we need to work with, and that's going to be the playmaking. So for my liking, I'm going to start out with Handles for Days. We're going to go with Hall of Fame for this badge. Secondly, another one that I feel like all of us are going to need to put on will be Hyperdrive. Now, you can go with 2 more Hall of Fame badges, and if you want to spread the wealth, that is another way that I would consider about going with the setup. But remember, we'll be able to break ankles even with the Space Creator badge alone. So if you do decide to go ahead and put on that badge, make sure that you put it at least on Silver or Hall of Fame. Now, I'm going to go with Quick First Step on Hall of Fame as well, Silver Bullet Passer, and possibly Silver Unpluckable. Now this is one really good setup to go with, but if you want to go ahead and add in Silver Triple Threat Juke, this is the way that I would leave it. And as you can see, we get 8 defensive badges, 16 playmaking, 16 shooting, and 3 finishing. And man, if y'all made it to the end, go ahead and comment down right now. Where did you tune in watching from today? As well as what did you think about this build for Season 8? But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but not least, let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on this video. Again, I appreciate y'all and I thank you. Shout out to God for giving us all another day and opportunity. And man, I love y'all. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.